Suspect pulled her down at the beach.
No, I did not!
Suspect is in love with a guy that looks like Gollum who hates her. Suspect likes to read to children.
I'm going to jail!
How are you feeling?
Out of breath.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't ran like that in years.
Oh.
Usually my workout includes liposuction, 360. Ew, running is so triggering. I feel like I don't even know. You can't look hot and run.
Oh.
It's impossible. You see those runners, sprinters?
You have to do the Baywatch run.
Oh, yes, slow.
You did it though. Good job.
Well, that was fun.
For you, I'm out of breath.
Suspect ran for the first time ever in her trans life.
Okay. The only workout I do is Manjaro and 360 lipo. You guys should all try it.
Oh.
Anthony was punishing me because he is the doll punisher.
That's going to be our new thing. The doll punisher.
He is.
We're going to sell a merch line.
Yeah.
Doll punisher
You are a
5,000.
doll punisher. You always try the dolls.
So, Shayan, would you rather be buried or cremated?
Just throw me in the trash. Like, bitch,
I'm
I
going
don't
to throw
give a
this
fuck.
shit right out real
Girl,
quick.
just throw me away, bitch. And if there's reincarnation, I don't want that shit. No, just put me away.
I want to be turned into mushrooms. Like, there's this
What?
whole thing where you can actually like get wrapped in like mushroom spores, and like they'll like just because mushrooms will like eat everything, like your skeleton and
right.
everything. Like,
Oh, wow.
so I just want to be turned into mushrooms. I don't know why. I've
my
just been
God.
thinking about this. It's like random as hell.
Yeah. No, it's actually wild because my mom did a will and she
Mm-hmm.
did I got it and I had to like sign the paperwork and it was like, you know, she said she wanted to get cremated and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so weird. That's
Where
so
there's a
crazy.
will, I want to be in it. My favorite
Yeah,
line.
but it's wild. I mean, just throw me in the trash, bitch. I don't give a fuck.
Well, speaking of death, your BBL doctor passed away.
Oh my God. So, okay, everyone, let's take a little moment of silence for the one, the only, literally one of my favorite people that came on this earth. Her name is Dr. Doback. I love you so much. I know she's up there in the sky, just like turning out all those angels, making them cheeked up. But no, she is amazing. Those of you who don't know, I got a BBL back in 2020, right before lockdown.
And those of you who really, really, really don't know, we'll go in depth real quick.
Yeah.
A BBL is a Brazilian
It's
butt
a
lift,
Brazilian butt lift.
where you suck the fat from your sides
Yes.
and you shove it into your butt.
Yes. So my stomach is now in my ass.
But a lot of people don't realize, though, that at the end of the day, your body will eat fat. So you have to like maintain a relatively
Yes.
strict diet because those BBLs can disappear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All that pain, all that work,
Yeah.
can just disappear. All the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you don't eat like almost like a high fatty diet,
Yeah.
or you get on Mounjaro or Ozempic, there's
Yeah.
a thing called Ozempic booty. So it's like, it kind of causes little flapjacks to happen. So
yeah.
it's, people don't realize that. It's like, they think
Yeah.
it's just like a one fix thing because you can also do silicone,
Yeah,
right?
silicone injections.
Yeah.
Yes. I've never done silicone injections, but I've done like sketchy injections from like Mexico, and I don't know what that was. And I'm like, I've been hearing a lot of people have side effects from that, but they say it's hyaluronic acid. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, no. So Dr. Doback, absolutely amazing. I got my BBL back then in 2020, and I paid I think it was like $3,500 because she gave a special discount to trans women, which was
nice. That's awesome.
And Dr. Doback was trans also, so she was absolutely amazing. Had a cute little pink hair, you know. And I was
Yeah.
like, ooh, pink wig, thick ass.
How'd she die?
And what?
How'd she die?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't do my research or anything. But
See, I have to do the research. It's crazy.
Really?
Like, I don't care if I don't even really know someone. If I find out they died, I don't know why I have this odd fascination of having to find out how they died.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
unfortunately, it's mostly suicide in LA. But like, I just literally found someone that I saw like a week ago, and I saw like the whole GoFundMe page, and it's like, oh, he died, and I'm like, I mean, it was like, how they died, and like, it's still under investigation. I'm like, no, I want to know. Like, I don't know why I have this fucking weird fascination of how someone died. Like,
Yeah, no, I don't know how she passed, but I love her. But no, the BBL was the hardest surgery I had ever been through, like ever. It is like what people don't understand. So it's very dangerous because there are so many like little veins and stuff that run through the butt, and while they're injecting you, they could accidentally inject one of the veins, and that can cause an embolism or something, which basically can
Like a blood
restrict,
clot or some shit.
Yeah, and so your heart could stop. So that's why it's very dangerous. And then a lot of people just don't talk about what it is you have to go through. You know, I had to gain weight, and at that time. I was like 185, and then I gained about 10 pounds before I went into surgery. So I was like 195. Got it done. Worst pain of my life. Even this lady who was in my recovery house, she said she had, this is crazy. She said she had given birth naturally, like without any injection or anything. And she said that the recovery from the BBL hurt more than childbirth.
I don't even know. I don't even do it.
Yeah, no, it was wild. I was screaming. But you know, Dr. Dobak was there, and she was holding my hand, and she was like, "You're so strong. You're going to be amazing. You look amazing." And she was so kind, and I love her so much. But yeah, I was screaming, yelling at everyone in the in the recovery home. And the way it works in Miami is like, so you go get your surgery done, and then you stay in a recovery home. And so it was this cute little family, and they were taking care of me. And like, they didn't even know I was trans. And so when we went to like...
they saw your kukui.
Yeah, when they went to shower me, she was like washing me, and she saw my dick, and she was like, "Oh, mama tiene un cucuy."
Oh, shit.
And I was like, "Oh, yeah."
A monster. Back
Yeah,
up.
but it was
Working with a monster.
wild. But no, like I literally was like Michelin Man. They have to tie you up. You have to get these painful massages that like squirting blood everywhere through the holes because I didn't have drains. So it would just, blood would just run down my body all the time. It was wild. And you had to lay on your stomach. Wild. Would I ever do it again? Hell the fuck no. And
That's wild.
Yeah. And it's funny because like, I did it at an insecure time because at the time it was like big butts were all the rage. And I'll be honest, I've never been a butt girl. I'm a boob girl all the way. I love the Pamela Anderson, heroin chic, tiny little body, big old titties. Like that is the body I like for myself. But I think at the time it was very
heroin chic.
Yeah, heroin chic, skinny, thigh gap, big old titties. I love that look. I want to look like a P, like the letter P. So I basically just got it because, yeah, I was insecure, and, you know, guys were always like, "Oh, I love a fat ass. I love a fat ass." I literally got a fat ass, got a shelf ass. I used to have the biggest fucking ass.
We'll put a picture up somewhere.
And then what people also don't understand is you gain a lot of weight. So the fattest I actually had ever gone was after I got my BBL. And then I shot up to like 236 pounds.
Damn.
Yeah, it was wild. But hey, I had ass. And now that I'm on Ozempic, I've lost like 80 pounds, 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
What do you think is one of the scariest looking surgeries? And I mean, for reference, like, and this is no shade out there, but when I see someone like a trans F to M and they lose their nipple, it like reminds me of Kyle XY. I don't know if you know what that was.
What do you mean they lose their nipple?
Because like a lot, like sometimes like if the nipple's dead or something like that, right? Like
I don't know.
I've seen a few of those surgeries where there's
Like,
literally
just
no nipple. Or like I know a girl that had tummy tuck and she lost her belly button. You know what I mean? That's another one that they have to recreate the belly button because when they tuck it so low.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Like maybe you haven't seen it, but I've watched a lot of weird shit. Like I'm obsessed with like Dr. Pimple Popper and shit.
Yeah,
but I'll see a lot of surgeries where like if there's no nipples there or no belly button, it like freaks me out.
I remember
like,
Kyle XY.
It really makes it seem like there's aliens. Did he not have a belly button or not have nipples?
No, he didn't have a belly button.
He didn't have a belly button.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah, and he was hot too. I remember always seeing those little posters of everyone. I'm like, and he had like the no belly button with like the abs. Scariest surgery? I've always been a little terrified of. The filler face needs to just stop. Like I'm telling. We actually talked about this on a podcast last week that we were on. I'm telling everyone my biggest recommendation. If you feel like you are getting old or you're starting to sag or you're doing this or do that, do not get filler in your face, because filler, what it does is it stretches out your skin, and then eventually over time, you know, your body will absorb it or it'll go to like other parts of your body, and that area will then start to sag because it's like you stretch the skin out and then it dies. And then you have to do more filler and you're kind of chasing after something.
Yeah. My
biggest thing, stay on top of your skincare, get lasers, but also get a fucking facelift. Like just get the pool.
Well, we won't talk too much about surgery today, only because we have
Yes.
the human Ken doll coming on.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
One of our next episodes that you guys will be able to see. Justin Jadalka, he confirmed with me today.
Yay.
So we'll leave the rest of that for that.
Yeah.
Continuing on, what is a smell that takes you back?
Oh, I love the smell of tobacco.
What does it remind you of though?
My family, my parents.
Oh, okay, like your parents just smoked
Both of my
cigarettes?
parents were chain smokers, and I love the smell of smoke. I also kind of smoke, so it reminds me, especially when I was in theater, like in my earlier 20s,
Mm-hmm.
all the cool theater kids would smoke, so I would go and smoke with them. It just reminds me of like a very different time. In my life. And,
Yeah, for me it was
What about
Pine
you?
Sol for sure.
Pine Sol.
But yeah, the reason I thought about this and I put it in the notes last night because I went to Spartan Final and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get some stuff to clean the floor, and like I used Pine Sol and it immediately blasted me back to like being at my grandma's house and she would just use fucking Pine Sol and I was like, damn, like it's such a distinct smell.
Yeah.
Pine Sol, like oof.
I love scents memories. Always the best. You know which fragrance always takes me back to a time? My baby trans years. It was the Black Opium YSL. Anytime I smell that, it just reminds me of just a different time when I was like a baby tranny and I like had no boobs and I was like working hard, grinding to like get surgeries and stuff.
For
It was
perfume
so
scents, I'd
Yeah,
say
right.
Abercrombie
Fierce
or Hollister,
Yeah,
whichever
the
one.
Fierce one?
Yeah, Fierce. Yeah, when you walk in,
Yes.
everyone wanted it, but it was like $60, and at the time you're young and you're like, I don't want to spend $60 on a fucking cologne.
Yeah, I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch. That was the place. Yeah, no. But I was more of a Spencer's Hot Topic child.
Hot Topic is really different now, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been, but yeah, Hot Topic is very different. Like
Yeah.
you go in, it's very like they have a lot of like K-pop shit in there. And
Really?
Yeah, everything's pink now. Well, I didn't realize I actually went to a deep dive on this where people were like really mad. Like Hot Topic used to have people with pierced faces and like rock music, and now you
Yeah.
go in, it's all hip hop and all K-pop, and then someone was like, well, yeah, it's literally called Hot Topic, so it's whatever the hot topic is of this generation. So I
My
literally was
mind
like,
is
oh, I didn't even think about that because
blown.
like at our time the Hot Topic was like the emo
Yeah.
or whatever. Nowadays, you
Well,
know
I
what I
guess
mean?
that was the Hot Topic.
Yeah, and someone actually commented on that because they were fighting in the comments.
But
and I
emo
was
is
like,
making its like resurgence, I've noticed.
it depends. Yeah, I guess it depends.
Like rock and roll.
Shayan, are you a pick me?
Okay, I'm in a dilemma, right?
And you know, I don't even know what a fucking pick me is, so you're gonna have to explain that.
Okay, so a pick me is someone that's just like pick me, love me, choose me. It's like you will do kind of anything to get a guy's attention or get a guy to like you. And even at the expense of other people, you will just do anything for a guy's validation of you.
Okay.
So I'm kind of in a dilemma because men, as much as some of them do piss me off and do me dirty, they do two things that I love the most in this world. Okay. They make me come and they pay my rent. And I'm sorry, but those are, hey, I'm not mad at that. So yes, I can be a pick me to a certain extent, but also I would love to get to a point where I'm financially at a place to be like, get the fuck out of my face.
Interesting.
Yeah. So are you a pick me?
I don't think so. I don't know. Jay, am I a pick me?
You have almost gone to jail to try to impress a few guys.
Remember? Am I? Give me an example. I'm still having a hard time even realizing what a pick me is, only because like I've never equated. Whenever I've seen the pick me, it's less driven about a boy and more of like people in general. Like I'll see like someone like posting something online and they're like, oh, she's being a pick me. You know what I mean? But I'm like, is that because she's doing it because she wants the attention of one person or she wants the attention of everyone? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I
guess
mean,
I'll be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess us even having a podcast would make both of us pick me's because at the end of the day, it's like, look at us. Like we're so important when who the fuck are we? You know what I mean? So
Well, no. But it's usually a pick me is in reference to like the men in general. Yeah. That's typically what it is. It's like you'll like risk anything or like risk this or risk that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. All that aside, though, I'm just gonna change topics real quick. But TikTok fucking sucks.
It does.
I am sorry. I don't know why people want to use it. I don't know people that do use it. It sucks.
Yeah.
We try, and we get constantly banned. I don't know if it's a young thing. Like I feel like it's literally just for people who go on and want to do a shitty little dance and like you have to wear a turtleneck and like you can't show
Literally.
any cleavage and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, this is an example is last week you spent all day, you
Yeah.
know what I mean, filming these awesome clips. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You're get ready with me,
Yeah,
do this,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like you happen to have boobs, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, which God
I
gave
have
you.
Yeah.
And just because of that, you're like completely not eligible to even post anything
Yeah.
on TikTok. And
Yeah.
it sucks. Like, you know,
Yeah.
we have to make her wear this for TikTok.
Yeah.
But
Well, and then also so I went live once,
Mhm.
and mind you, any other app I go on is always a positive experience. You know, I go on Twitter, I go on or X or fucking Instagram, Snapchat,
Yeah,
even,
yeah.
and it's just validation after validation after validation. But TikTok, what's so crazy is they're so big on like anti-bullying.
Mhm.
But I went on live for like 2 seconds, and like people were just going in like on me and just being so negative, so nasty, saying the worst things. Like literally someone was like, go kill yourself, this, that, blah, 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 like wild. And I'm like, and I just said something sassy, like, oh my God, like whatever. Like y'all are just jealous of me. Boom, I got banned off live.
Oh shit. Yeah.
For literally just saying that. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Oh, we want to keep it peaceful and blah, blah, blah. And then they always say I'm like sexual exploitation. I have boobs. You know what I mean?
No, it's crazy. I don't honestly,
But it's
I
a
don't get
Chinese
it.
app, you know what I mean? So that is the problem because it does go against our rights, but it is in China. So, and you know, in there, they don't even like collarbone is like offensive and stuff. There's like certain rules, but like you can show a little bit of butt cheek. It's weird.
Interesting. Yeah. I don't
Not
know.
here for it.
TikTok sucks.
It does suck. No, it can.
Shayan
literally
is in
fuck off.
charge. Anyone who ever messages us, let me tell you right now, Shayan fully is in charge of our TikTok because I want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I literally
I feel like I
want
have to
nothing do with it.
actually dumb myself down to be able to. I don't know. It's like it's either for TikTok. I feel like it's two things. You either have to literally be brain rot and like a fucking idiot, or you have to be a salesperson. It's like either that or you're a salesperson. Either that, it's like buy this makeup product and like blah blah blah, and everything is a plug and everything is a product, and that's it. I'm like, do I want to be a fucking sales rep, or literally just like, hey guys, like just a fucking idiot?
They just want they just want people to dance. That's it. Just
Yeah.
do a little dance. That's
And-
all. And
yeah.
promote like whatever songs that they have as their hot topic songs.
Yeah. And if you're
But-
gonna dance in fucking heels. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I hate a dancer who's like, oh, and you just hear the click of the sneakers. Bitch, put on a heel. I'm sorry.
Okay.
If you're a performer, you put on or you know, I know that's horrible to say, but you put on a heel. I'll watch like a performance and I'll see it and be like, oh my God. No, bitch, put on a fucking heel. Not wearing a heel when you're performing is like Santa Claus without his beard. It just is that, you know, you
That's
gotta
funny.
wear a heel.
Well, love that. Shayan hates cartoons.
No, I don't.
We're gonna
hate-
segue. Like we're going today. We are doing a lot of hate. So we'll wrap it up
Yes.
at the end with what we love.
What
but
we love.
right now, it's literally like Shayan doesn't like cartoons. It's something that I've learned about her very early on. I live for cartoons, but I don't know why. Tell us why you don't like cartoons, Shayan.
No, it's not that I just. I actually.
Like I'll put something on. She's like, "Ugh, is it a cartoon?" I'm like, "Bitch, I love the cartoons." Like,
What it is so when I was younger, I actually wanted to be an animator when I grew up. Like that was my thing. I went to school, like little summer course for it on like how to do the thing and blah blah blah. At the time, I used to draw comics and do voiceovers and all that stuff. So I do love it. I've always wanted to be a part of that. But I just think, yeah, at a certain age, I'm just like, where is the current events? Where is the drama? Where is the fabulosity? You know what I mean? Like I'm in a place right now, even the other day, where like it's so hard for me to find stuff that I actually enjoy watching. Like
Interesting.
I had a friend over.
I also
the other
think
day.
you have ADD, like severe.
Oh, for sure. But that's the thing. I had a friend the other day and I was like 3 hours looking for something to watch. And I'm like, I don't know what to watch. And then I just put on the Nelk Boys, which I love. Their
Oh my
content. I
gosh.
love them. I love them. I'm such a boy. I love the Nelk Boys. I love YouTube is like my form of entertainment right now. I love YouTube. It's probably one of my favorite apps.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the Nelk Boys, oh my God, talk about a vlog. Like,
Oh,
that
Lord.
is sickening. And I don't know. I love the dude shit too. As much as I'm like a pretty girl, everyone knows I'm a boy at heart.
We should get them in here. That'd be awesome.
Oh my God, yeah. Actually, speaking of, I am such a boy at heart. Look at what I have to carry with me at all times.
We're looking in Shayan's purse of wonders.
Oh my God, there's so much in
While
here.
she's looking, though, we'll talk about. I know we should do a what's in your bag. We'll talk about. The reason I brought up cartoons is because I went to go watch the new reincarnation of Fairly Odd Parents, and I was severely disappointed by what it was. And you know, I went into the Reddit comments and I was like, okay, let's see if I'm the only one who really hates this. And it was because, like, you know, growing up, Timmy Turner was very relatable. You know what I mean? Like, he hated his parents, or his parents didn't really pay attention to him. Like, they left him beside.
Yeah.
This new version, though, is horrible. Like, I don't know why they did this, but they made it's a girl now, which is fine. But they made her a little black girl, and she has no struggles, you know what I mean? Like, her parents love her, and she has this awesome creating.
She's like rich.
This, like, she has money. They have a nice house. Like, her parents just cater to her, and there's no real struggle. Like, I watched like the first 3 episodes, and I could not get into it. And it's one of those things that's like, why recreate it if you're gonna change the entire dynamic of it?
Well,
it
doesn't make it real. I mean, yes, it's a cartoon, but it doesn't make it relatable, because that was the whole point of Timmy Turner, was like no one liked him, and then he had his like imaginary friends.
Yeah, those were his only friends.
Yeah, and that's why I liked him growing up.
No, so I don't know.
And
I love cartoons though. I'm the opposite. I love good
Danny
cartoons.
Phantom was hot.
Danny Phantom.
Did you ever have?
I don't remember that.
What was
one.
your favorite cartoon?
Probably Jimmy Neutron.
Oh
Yeah, I used to like the nerdy one who's like, I'm peeing in the shower.
Yeah, Anthony loves.
Or the fat nerdy one with the curly hair. He was funny. I forgot what his name was. Jay, do you know what his name I'm talking about? No.
Anthony has a tough exterior, but you are actually like, you love cartoons. You
That
love
doesn't make someone
sweet
not
things.
tough. Like, I used to also love Ren and Stimpy. If anyone's ever seen Ren and Stimpy, or
Can we just talk about the time where
Beavis and Butthead.
where this is actually the cutest thing, and people are gonna love this. So one time we were sitting down watching YouTube, and we were watching like the top cutest wedding proposals, and I'm like watching it, I'm like, whatever, like on my phone, and I look over and I just see Anthony be like.
What was it?
And it was like a wedding proposal, and it was like beautiful, and like the guy brought out like an orchestra for the girl, and he was like,
No. What? No, it wasn't the orchestra for the girl. Was it the one where it's in the mall?
the mall, yes.
Oh,
and then I was
good.
like,
well, because I remember that
Is he
it wasn't
crying?
just the orchestra, that they actually had like this person who is deaf and blind was the one who did the whatever it's called. Because I remember that same thing, because that girl,
oh, it was so cute.
I'll never forget it, because I very rarely cry. I just don't see a reason to. I don't hold it back. I'm in touch with my feelings, blah blah blah. But I just barely cry. But I remember there was a time where I took way too much Adderall. Halloween weekend, like I literally was like popping Adderall, because I was like bartending Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We had like 4 hours of sleep maybe, and I was like Adderall. That Monday, my serotonin levels were so fucked that like I was laying in bed and I was just scrolling, and my sister sent me, and this is the same person, but it was like a deaf, blind, mute person playing a fucking violin symphony in people, and I was like, the tears were like rolling down my face, and I was like, it's like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, I'd rather do that than like go through like suicidal moments, because you know when your serotonin levels are fucked, it's like one or the other. Either you want to kill yourself or you're just like, you know, out of it. But like I remember tears like rolling. I'm like, what is this coming from my face? This water, like it's wetness.
Yeah,
but it was
Anthony,
just,
you love sentimental moments.
it depends. It depends. If there's a backstory to it, like I don't like shitty moments, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I like a good, what's it called, like a success story or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What are you looking for in your fucking
And my
purse?
tech deck.
Oh, that's funny.
I know.
Her little skateboard.
I always said I'm not what is it? A girl trapped in a boy's body. I'm a boy trapped in a hot girl's body.
There we go.
Yeah.
I don't know what the difference is, but
I'm a tech deck.
I used to like Pogs, not Tech Decks.
Oh, the motocross one?
That was all about, no, Pogs, girl. Like
one is
Slammers and Pogs. Like, you never had Pogs?
No.
Jesus Christ.
We didn't have
I'm
that.
not that old, am I? Ooh, I might be. Jay's like
Pogs.
5 years younger than me. He knows what Pogs are. Yeah, I used to like swap them out.
The hand stickies? No.
No, girl. Moving on. Another thing that Shayan hates, since
What?
it's all about what Shayan hates, is
What?
Christmas.
Fucking.
Shayan hates Christmas. We kind of lightly touched this on the last episode where you said that, like, it's the most romantic holiday and
It is.
blah 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 blah. But not getting into too much depth. I want to know what your best Christmas gift ever was and your worst Christmas gift ever. Actually, I can't remember what mine are either, so don't ask this
no,
question.
I remember. I remember I got an electric guitar one year. I thought that was really cool. They promised me that they were gonna give me lessons with the electric guitar, and never did the lessons. So I just had an electric guitar and I didn't know how to play it. And then one year I remember my mom bought like a bunch of Abercrombie and Fitch shirts off clearance.
Love that.
And she forgot to read it, and each one had like a sexual innuendo on it.
Oh, shit,
it was
that's
like,
funny.
I remember one specifically was like, burn your bra. And I was like, Mom, I can't wear this to school.
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
and I was like getting in trouble because like Abercrombie and Fitch at the time was like, you had to have it, you know? And if you did not wear Abercrombie, like you were considered a freak, a weirdo.
I think that was maybe very much outside of California though, because it was a
Really?
California brand, and I know that growing up, Abercrombie was almost not like a thing.
Really?
Like you would want like the colognes and whatnot, but I don't know. Maybe because I grew up in Southern California,
Yeah.
I don't remember. It's more like the Volcom, the like
that's
skater
hot.
brands. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like the people who wore Abercrombie were like, we'd always be like the Abercrombie and bitch boys.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So,
Well, it was after, because at where I grew up, very conservative. So it was after there was like the emo movement, and everyone was emo. And then when emo died, it died. And then it was
Yeah.
like if you were caught in like skinny jeans or Puma or Racer, Speed Cats or whatever, like you were considered. People would call you a faggot. Then it was like it switched and the pendulum swung and everyone wanted to be prep. And I remember being like, I want Abercrombie and Fitch so I can like fit in with everyone.
yeah, I could definitely see that being in a different state
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But,
And my mom gave me burn your bra and I was like, what the fuck am I going to do this? And it was on clearance, so we couldn't return it.
So in your house, did you have an angel as a tree topper or a star?
Angel house all the way.
Yeah, we had an angel too. My mom
Yeah.
would make her angel all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
How
It
would
was
she
like this-
do that?
She would like roll up a paper to make it look like a cone, and then like put a dress around it, and like my mom's very creative.
Yeah.
So, but like she would have like the long dress where the tassels go to like the bottom of the tree. or some
Yes.
shit. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my
Very
God.
creative.
That's so cute. You have a star household now, though.
I do
Your
a star
tree.
now. Yeah.
You do a star.
Or a dildo. I remember I did a giant dildo on top one year too. The
I do
vibrator.
remember that. I do remember that.
So hot topic: real or fake Christmas tree?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with fake.
I'm team real, 100%. I have to have the smell. Like,
Really?
I want
Get
to make
the
sure that if
candle.
there's a fire, it
Nah,
like burns in
get the
5
candle.
seconds.
They got some pine candles.
You let us know. I want to know real or fake. Jay, real or fake Christmas tree? Definitely
Really?
real, 100%.
Okay, here's the only thing about real.
I will say though, in California, I don't know if y'all know this, but a real Christmas tree is very expensive. It's like,
Really?
it's like $180 for like a 5-foot tree. Like
Oh,
they are
wow.
not cheap at all.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's
Damn.
just here or anywhere else, but
Yeah. The only thing I like about a real tree is like you could just throw it away after. You don't have to like put it in storage. That's cool. Yeah, I love that because no one wants a box of like taken apart tree. But no, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a little fake.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Is this considered I guess the Batman with Catwoman with Michelle
Okay.
Pfeiffer because that was around Christmas.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
that's
always
a very,
watch that.
okay. I
Yeah.
didn't expect that at all.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
my actually that's my favorite movie. Period.
Really?
Yeah,
I'd say A
one of my
Christmas Story
favorite.
for sure.
Or
But I
Terminator
also,
2.
I really like the Peanuts Christmas with like the
Really?
Snoopy one. That was
Snoopy?
always cute. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or like the old school Frosties, you know?
Oh yes.
Like,
Yeah.
the old school Frosties.
I'm trying to think. Gremlins. Gremlins is a good one too. I do love. That's a good Christmas movie. Serenity. Oh, all the tantalizing experiences of an old. Not too much fan. You will be able to take big dick in your ass. Use it at your local bathhouse. Use it everywhere. Great for gifts. Poppers. So this last week was crazy. We had Thanksgiving. We went to officially the first night that we worked together at Beaches Tropicana. Every Sunday night is Saldana Sundays. And
It was great, actually. It's one of the best Sundays we've had. You know, Shayan had a little bubble maker, bubble machine, bubble wand out there. We'll post some fun videos of it. Jay was there to get us. So tell us.
We're trying to bring back just like fun back to WeHo, because I feel like West Hollywood, especially after 2020 and all the rules and this and that, whatever, it's kind of dying out a little bit.
100%.
Yeah, and so it's so sad. So we want to create sort of a new night every Sunday night. So if you guys are out there, come join.
Yeah.
It's
Shayan will make a party full.
Yes, it's no cover. Drinks are cheap and the vibes are going to be immaculate. It's
We even took it down. I mean, I don't know if we're going to keep them there, but we did take it down to $7 drinks.
Which is unheard of.
Every drink in West Hollywood or Hollywood is like $17. You know what I mean? So it's like, the cool thing is the bar is giving me a lot of free range to just do whatever we want. So it's like, oh, whatever you want to just pack the house, fucking do it. So it's like, okay, we'll do $7 drinks. You know what I mean? But I also noticed that like drink prices don't always bring people in. If a place has a bad stigma for a long time, whatever it may have been, it's really hard to shake that. You know what I mean? Because like even you said it, people were walking by and they were just being real bitter.
Well, because there used to be a cover just to get in, and then there also used to be drinks for like $21, which is ridiculous. And I'm sorry, exclusivity, it may work at straight clubs and bars, but it doesn't work in the gay queer community because the whole point of us creating our community is for the people who need to find a place where they feel like they belong. So our doors are open. Come on in. Let's party. Let's drink. Good. Oh, and we got a barbecue too. The best barbecue. I'm from Texas. The best barbecue.
Yeah, we have a smoker.
My God, it's so good. And the people, the couple that run that, they're so sweet. I love them so much. Shout out to them.
Right. So there's our little plug right there.
Yes, you guys have to come visit us. It was so much fun.
That was fun. Thanksgiving was fun. Shayan was boring. I tried to get you guys some really good content by like getting Shayan to get fucked up. She wouldn't do it.
Yeah. So I'm slowly getting back there. I have to build my tolerance.
I literally posted a video. I was like, Shayan's fucked up and I'm fucked up. And she's like, what? And I was like, bitch, at least like try. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was tired. But honestly, that Sunday was like this resurgence that I needed. I had so much fun. Like and for me, like I have a lot of anxieties when I go out at times, but it was great and it was so much fun.
Well, you had guys like pulling over to give you like $100 off the side of the street.
I literally was getting tipped. People were just tipping us. I was like, okay, I'm not mad at that. Yeah, so we're gonna make it fun. We're already looking for like some hot dancers, which crazy story. So I've been talking to this guy on Hinge. Okay, this is insert Shayan's love life.
Love that.
Or it should be called new segment. Shayan's trying to get over
Gollum.
So I've been talking to this guy, which this is actually the craziest thing. So I asked him, because this is the first question I ask any guy when I start talking to them is, have you ever been with a trans girl, talked to a trans girl, anything? And he was like, yeah, well, I had sex with one trans girl once. And he was like, it was a few years back and I went to her place in Hollywood.
Oh my God.
And she was really chubby. And she was...
This is what you were talking about with the chubby. Yes. Okay. This is actually really funny because I didn't know who you were talking about. I was like,
and he was like, she was really chubby. She looks like, she was just like really tired and like over it. And I like fucked her and I came and I like freaked out and I left right away. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, who? I'm like, do you know her name? He's like, no, I don't even know her name or anything.
It was Shayan.
I looked at his Instagram and I was like scrolling through. I'm like, wait a minute. He looks so familiar. And then I put 2 and 2 together and I was like, oh my God, I was the random chubby tranny that he
That's
fucked.
Funny. Oh my God. Could you imagine if he's like, oh God, like, yeah, this other girl ruined it for me. And it was you. Like, oh, no, she literally shit on my dick.
No, I've had that happen before where actually that I've been talking to a guy and they're like, I'm like, oh, I'm trans. So they're like, not tried it, not my thing. And I'm like, who the fuck ruined it?
Yeah, seriously.
Because I swear I'm known to turn men into chasers. Yeah. Or into drug addicts or whatever. Just a downward spiral. But yeah, no, it was wild. And so I told him, I was like, oh my God, that was me. And
That's
he was
funny.
like, no way. Whoa, that's crazy. You look so different since then, blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, I was like, yeah, I remember two things. I remember you came really fast and your hair smelled like smoke.
Oh my
But I'm
gosh.
trying to get
Both
him.
of those things you like.
Yeah. But he's so hot and I'm trying to get him to be one of the dancers on the Sunday night. So
That's
I'm like,
funny.
yeah.
So I actually messaged yesterday.
Saw.
Yeah.
No, you did not.
I did.
Did he respond?
And he didn't. He left me on read.
He read it?
Yeah, because I literally
Shut
messaged
up.
him and I said, "Hey, this is a weird request, but would you be willing to come on and surprise Shayan on the podcast?"
Stop.
And I was really
No way.
hoping that he would respond, and he left us on red.
No,
which
let me see.
He probably.
Did you do it from your personal or my?
I did it for my personal.
Let me see.
Oh, he might have blocked me actually. TR.
Actually.
What's
No, let's not.
Oh no, right here.
Okay. No. Block that now. The only reason I was saying
Oh,
block that
I
is
did.
good-
I unsent it.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot. Well, because I was embarrassed. He left me on read. I was like, nope.
Red.
Red.
Read.
He left me on red.
Damn. What did you say? You wanted to get him on the podcast?
I just said it, I was like, really odd request, but it would be funny as hell if you would just like surprise Shayan on the podcast because I don't want her to know about this. And he read it and then didn't respond.
No, I'd probably just like, I don't even know. I honestly
I know
don't
it'd
what I
been
would do.
great though.
He has
I
a
really want
girlfriend
a
now.
good reaction.
It's a whole, you know,
That'd been
he's
fucking hilarious.
trying to get his life in order or whatever. You know, prayers to him. But yeah, no, let's bleep out his name because this fucking bitch, she like watches all my shit, doesn't follow me. So she's like a low-key secret hater. And then my friend follows her and I was like on his page, like stalking. And I noticed that bitch was liking all his shit. And I'm like, bitch, I see you. I see you.
So speaking of stalking and Shayan's Inspector Faggot, it's actually worked out to benefit a situation recently. So one of my good friends, he is dealing with something where someone owes him a lot of money. I mean, upwards of $1.5 million
Yes.
for a loan
Yes.
that he loaned him. Deal went bad, tried to secure it against the piece of property.
Yes.
Defaulted, the property is being taken from the bank. It's a whole situation, but Shayan was just like, you know what? What's his number? Let me just put it into
I said, what's this number?
like
Just went,
puts it into Mr. Number. Mind you, this guy has like 4 kids, a full family, like
everything.
lives like the Christian lifestyle.
Yes.
And as of 2 months ago, it was like, oh, awesome, saw me for $1,000, highly recommended, like literally very that. And I was like,
and that
damn.
was a good review. So a lot of times, you know,
it's crazy. Who writes good reviews?
Yeah,
It's like,
so, yeah.
if you go to a restaurant, you're not going to write a good, unfortunately, we don't.
Yeah.
Everyone should write good reviews, of course,
Yeah.
but people don't. You know what I mean?
So he's a good client. And I mean, if he's paying out the girls, being a good client, you know, no one's going to leave. So that person left a good review. So I can't even imagine how many girls he's actually seen because clearly this ain't his first time at the rodeo. So I screenshot that shit. I sent it to him and I said, baby, you can go out. I mean, that right there, he can go after so much stuff. First of all, infidelity. And the wife can take literally half or
Yeah, but
more
here's the
than half.
dilemma though, is it's just like, then it's extortion, you know what I mean? So like we're dealing with like attorney situation where it's like the attorney's like, don't do this. And
But is a guy really going to be like, oh, I'm going to sue you for extortion? Okay, then that's public knowledge.
I just don't know. What do you guys think? Put it in
It's
the
going to
comments.
ruin the family either way. So it's like,
So
pay
what
up and stop being a
my idea
bitch.
was doing, because we were going to put in text message, but then like the attorney said, don't put anything in writing. So
I
then, so then me and my friend were like, all right, you know what? We're going to go on a plane to Arizona and we're going to stake out his house and then just walk up and
tell
catch him in front of his wife and kids and just be
Yeah.
like, hey, do the right thing. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Pay the money or do whatever.
Yeah.
Or else.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But
what do you guys
this
think we
isn't
should
the
do?
first time he's scammed a bunch of people out of money. He owes so many people a lot of money. So that's just like, I hate when a man is not a man of his word. I'm sorry. You men out there, you have one thing that you can give someone, and that's be a man of your fucking word.
Some dick?
Well, and that's no, but for real, it's like be honest, be loyal. But you know, he screwed people over. But we got this on you. I really want him to use that.
Shayan, do you think you're better than people?
No,
Okay.
no.
It's a hard no.
And I mean, have there been times in my life where I have? Yes. And has God humbled me like that? Absolutely.
Interesting.
Yeah. I always say ego will be the fucking death of you. And there are moments, where, you feel like you're down here and then you crawl your way up to the top and then you're there and you're feeling good and God will just fucking be like, oh, you think you're better than everyone? You don't think all humans are created equal? Boom, let me knock you down. And the reason why, and someone told me this, is because in your mind, you think that I am not worthy until I have X, Y, and Z. And you have to not think that way because God created all of us as perfect. And we've always had the tools and everything deep down inside. And if that's advice I could give to my younger 20-year-old self is you've always had it inside you. Always. You have always been perfect. And that's, I think, us as humans, we try so hard to heal and get back to is that like innocent childlike state of like living in our imagination, being vulnerable creatures, and just not looking at all the flaws and things that we have wrong, and just kind of like existing, and enjoying.
Interesting.
Life. Yeah. Do you think you're better than people?
That's a tough question to answer. We talked about this on the last podcast we had with Alexander, I think. Right?
Yeah.
I kind of think we did.
Yeah.
And it's tough, to not. I don't want to blanket statement and say people, but there are times where I see people do really shitty things, and I'm like, I would do things so much better than you in that regard.
I don't think that's thinking you're better than. I think that's just merit. You know what I mean?
Maybe, yeah. No, you might be right. Then I might be confusing them both because there are times where like I also see that like I've worked my ass off for a lot of things, and like it's like. Ooh, it's tough because there's times where I'll sit there and someone will try to talk down to me and I'm like, who are you to try to talk down to me and you're not even in my tax bracket? But then it's like, obviously money isn't everything. You know what I mean? And like, I'm single. So it's like I'm missing that love aspect. So some people would come for me on that. But there are times where I'll look at people that do really dumb, stupid, shitty shit. And I'm like, God, I'm so much better than you at that. So,
but also people shouldn't be talking down to you because then that's their ego.
Yeah. So.
No, for sure. It's hard. And I'm not going to lie. Have there been moments? Yes. But bitch, it's like, what is that? They'll sweep
pull the rug.
Fuck yeah. That's happened to me multiple times.
You mentioned God now. And I know we've had a conversation about you believing in God. Do you ever worry that, with cancel culture being so heavy and people canceling people for like the minor things that people will even look at this now and be like, oh my God, this bitch believes in God, and like total eye roll. Cause like there's so many people who are just, they look down on people who believe in God as less than, it's really big. And I'm not trying to get political here, but I do follow a lot of both sides of political platforms. And it's like, the Republican side is very conservative, God first, and the liberal side is very science first. So people who say, they thank God for things, a lot of the Liberal Party will, you know what I mean? Yeah. They'll roll their eyes and be like, oh God, this is your God. Like, go say hi to your God. So I always get, it's a weird topic talking about religion, You know what I'm talking about, Jay?
I would consider myself a Democrat. Just putting that out there. But personally, I believe in God myself, and I'm like, my whole life I've been told like, hey, you're a fag. Don't fucking like.
But do you see where I'm coming from though? Like a lot of, if you were to take both sides of the party, typically the Republican Party is very, very God-centric, and typically the Liberal Party is more science-centric.
It just depends because I've met people from like
there's always
sides,
exceptions, but
and there's people that say, oh yeah, I believe in God and this, but they will stand by the most heinous things, but what they preach doesn't match what they're saying, so they're basically being like hypocritical. But it's a matter of like, at least with me, God is my intention. God is like within me. God is the energies that I what I'm bringing to people's lives. Like I don't go out try to like hurt anybody or attack anybody because they're doing something that I don't like. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, we could talk about that too.
Seriously,
because
thank you, Jay, and we'll put subtitles down there for you guys.
That's actually something I like.
I'm a bitch slap you later.
No, for sure. But I agree with that statement of like, God is within all of us. And it's, I think, your personal relationship with God. And I think a lot of times with religion, it's like, and this is just what I've learned with society, is there'll be something good, you know what I mean, that is, great for people. And then people will see that and they're like, okay, how can we control people and make money off of it? So I feel like, yes, a lot of fixed religion has turned into like, how can we benefit off of
100%.
These people that are looking for guidance?
Growing up, I went to a church. It was called Calvary Chapel, Chino Valley. And it's like a huge commercialized church, like literally like huge,
Yeah.
10,000 people that would just like, you know, and when that basket goes around, it's full. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, this is such a fucking moneymaker
Yeah,
thing. Like
no,
it's a
for
great
sure.
business deal too.
Yeah.
It's like, why wouldn't you? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I mean, everyone that works there, they're not even on any payroll. They all just go and show up, and it's what's it called? Like almost like a community service. Like they do it
Yeah.
for free.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's wild. But
Yeah.
backtrack a little bit. So we were on a podcast. It was called On the Rocks with Alexander Rodriguez.
Yes, love Alexander.
And he was good. It was great.
great.
There was a different type of podcast. So it was very audio where we're very visual. And I felt bad because we saw him on Sunday at the club, and he did say he got a lot of hate emails that people just they weren't fucking with us. You know what I mean? Like they thought that we were just too blunt. He literally was like, he said, you know, I kind of saw it coming because he did see our podcast and we're a lot more racy, and we kind of just say what we want. And his podcast is very much more like a show that's like put on. And I mean, ours, it went 90 minutes. You know what I mean?
He went longer.
Yeah, like one of the longest ones. And like, you know, but he did kind of bait us a little bit, Alexander, because he literally was, you know, asking about what our thoughts were on like obesity or something. And I got into like fat shaming, and I was like, ooh, you know what I mean? Like, and you can't backtrack sometimes. So I'm like, well,
it's live.
Yeah. For me, I literally was just like, well, I just want people to be healthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's such thing as too skinny, and there's such thing as too fat at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Someone who's too skinny, it's unhealthy. Someone who's too fat is unhealthy.
Yeah.
Both sides of it. And Alexander's a thicker person. We'll have him on here. And he looks at me and he's just like, are you fat shaming me? And I'm just like, oh my God, don't try this right now. You know what I mean? Especially since they're live.
Yeah.
I'm like, boy, don't ask questions you don't want to know the answers to. I'm telling you right now. But and then Shayan, they said that you were sexualizing your transness.
Which is so crazy to me, and that's fine because they obviously missed the mark on what I was talking about, because Alexander did ask me, and he was like, what do you do for work and blah blah blah, and I was very open about sex work, and I've said this over and over and over again. I will never promote sex work. I will never tell someone that that's something that they should do ever, because although it has helped me in a lot of ways, there is so much darkness that I could go deep into, and I will on this podcast, that I could talk about. And so and I would never promote that, you know, because you never know who's watching. You never know if someone's younger. I'm not trying to groom anyone into sex work or anything like that. Fuck that. That's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I also just think that a lot of times America is just not ready for a trans woman who owns her sexuality. They're ready for it in porn. They're ready barely. Even then the AVNs, they're still a little shady. They don't even talk about the trans category while they're there. And they're very much like, if you just look at the trans women that are booked and busy and doing really well, you know, they're great, they're fierce, you know, they're models or this or that, or, you know, you have Dylan Mulvaney who's very Disney, but there's no like sex appeal. Like, where is like the sexiness? You know what I mean? Where is like the doll, the sex kitten, the Pamela Anderson, the Megan Fox? You know what I mean? Someone who just owns their sexuality. And for some reason, I still feel like the world is not ready for that, because it's like, why can't we have a hot trans girl in a bikini like running on the beach and like drinking a beer? Will never happen. It's always portrayed in like
because her bulge is going to be popping out.
But I mean, that's what men like. A lot of guys like that. You know what I mean? It shows. I mean, it shows, you know, when you see it and stuff. So it's like,
no, it's true. There are a lot of cis women who are now trans baiting to make money.
Yes!
You know what I mean? And
my God, yes.
If anyone ever follows Shayan's Twitter, you will know, because I will go on and I'll see some of these cis women who are definitely trans baiting.
Yeah, they're like Russian model.
Yeah, they're Russian model girls,
and
they'll put a packer in, and they're like, "Oh, would you date me even though I have a magic wand?" And I will be the first one to slide in those comments and be like, "You are not real. Like, you are stop trans baiting." It's like it's ridiculous. But I do see why they would, because like, you know, there's money. There's a lot more money to be made in the trans world. And these girls are actually kind of smart to do it. But at the same time, I'm like, bitch, back up.
But it's just, I don't think America's ready for that at all. But interesting topic that I want to talk about. So I was watching this podcast, right? Carnivore MD's podcast.
Okay.
Love him, obsessed with him. And he was interviewing, I think it was like this surfer guy, and he was like talking about how he was talking about this like tragic moment where he like almost died or something while he was surfing. And he talked about how we as human beings are so far detached from death.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
And how death is actually very, very normal. And it's something that we, as, you know, when we were cave people and blah, 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 death was always right around the corner. And it was very much like, you know, you defend and protect your tribe however you can.
Okay.
So, yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that and what your thoughts are on that, because I actually have told myself this. That, like, I don't know if I can even admit this, but something I've always wanted to do before I die is I've always wanted to kill someone. Girl! No. Not just like for funsies.
Oh my God.
Not just like for funsies, but like I've always wanted to like protect and like honor something and like just
like battle to the death type of thing?
Like, and not like a dumb like, oh, you fucked my boyfriend. No. Like I want to like protect a fucking family and just rip to shreds like someone. And it's something I've always like, I just want to check off my list.
Jay has something to say real quick. What was that?
So if we go to war,
I would be front of the line, no, let's go.
Yeah.
You know,
perfect.
I don't know why. Like, I just think we as humans, we're so far detached.
It's interesting that you say this because I've never thought like in that terms. But I did tell myself if I ever got diagnosed with cancer and had like a week to live or a month to live, then I might go on a little bit of a rampage for anyone who's ever fucked me over. Like, I don't know why.
That's wild.
Like it's just because like, and it's like not even like the crazy part is it's not like people who've done me dirty deep. It's people who've done the dumbest shit. Like literally, I'll never forget this one time. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't think I've told anyone this either, but I remember I was working at the gym and this big fucking bodybuilder guy comes up and just takes a machine from me. And like, I was like in the middle of working out, like blah, blah, just didn't even bother. And like, I was like, okay, like kind of fucked up. And then like, fast forward another week goes by and I'm doing the chest press and he comes up behind me and puts his leg to the top of the machine that I'm on and stretches to where basically his balls are on me. And he was not hot. Any normal time I think it would be hot. Just disgusting guy. I was fucking pissed. So I actually did a Karen move and I went to the front desk and I was like, hey, there's a guy that's just like, this is the second time, you know? And they're like, oh, he does this all the time. And I was like, really? And they're like, yeah, he just doesn't give a fuck. He'll literally just go and just take a dumbbell from someone. What
the fuck?
And I don't know why it stuck with me because I literally told myself, I was like, he better watch out because if I ever got diagnosed with some crazy, like you have 1 week to live, it's almost like Billy Madison. I don't know if you ever seen the Billy Madison movie with Adam Sandler where like there was this kid that had a list when he was growing up and Adam Sandler was one of the bullies.
Yeah.
He ended up calling him and was like apologizing. And then he goes up to take the list and he writes the name, like scratches the name off his like hit list.
Boom.
And like, I was like, damn. But same thing. I was like, man, it wouldn't even be someone who stole from me or did anything. It would be literally that guy who stole my fucking weight at the gym that I would come for. I don't know why, like little things like that.
I just want to be a vigilante and I just want to go and beat the fuck out of people that are just menaces to society or like just, you know, like people that just fuck with like children or anything. Like I just want to fucking just what is it? Like your fucking mother. I don't even know.
Instincts.
Like cave woman. Like I just want to rip to shred someone. But that society has done that. We're basically domesticated to then be so far detached. Like, oh my God, that's so crazy. That's so wild. But same thing with like little dogs. Like they used to be wolves. You know what I mean? They used to hunt and kill for their food. And that's what the fuck we used to do. Now we're all like pussies. Like, oh my God, we should all love each other. No, fuck that. If someone fucks you up, fuck them up.
Shit, tell us how you really feel.
I just have a lot of anger.
Jesus, that's wild. No, I mean I agree. It's funny being detached from death though, because like that's actually one of my biggest fears. I don't know why I've always feared death. I don't know why. Like I do a lot of crazy shit in my life. Like you know, I mean, I'll skydive. You know, I drive like a crazy person and race cars. You know, I go to the gun ranges and just dumb shit. Like, but I've always had this weird fear of death, and I think it's because I don't know actually. I used to kind of think it was because like you know, I thought I was invincible for so long. I've never broken a bone. I've never done this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like when it catches me, I want it to be quick and I don't want it to be slow. You know, like if they do tell me I have some like disease that, you know, I could prolong my life for another year, but it's not, my quality of life is going to be trashed, then I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm like, I hope it's hard to really tell people like, look, everyone on the planet right now will be dead in 100 years.
So
like
wild.
100 years, every single living thing right now will be dead. You know what I mean? Like,
so
or
crazy.
110 because people live a little longer.
Yeah.
110 years, everything on this planet will be dead, you know?
Wow.
Or will have circulated. And to actually grasp that is wild, you know? And it goes by so quick.
Yeah.
And I try to tell younger people that too, because like my younger friends, it's like they live for the now and they think, you know, 30's old and this and that. I'm like, bro, you're not even halfway through your life cycle. You know what I mean? Like, who knows what kind of modern technology is going to bring later, but it's wild.
I used to have, so I'm going to give you a little advice that my mom gave me that had helped me a lot. Okay. So in our minds as human beings, like our natural instinct is survival. That's it. Like that is what we're, you know, God created perfect creatures and then he gave us free will and survival. So that is our biggest thing. So when we think of something like death, especially now, since we're so far detached from it, the idea and the thought is crazy. You know, you can sit there and you can imagine like your best friend dying or this person dying, your mom, whatever. And like the thought of it is really crazy. But when it actually happens, our brains are built to literally get us through anything in life, anything. And so as much as we get scared, our conscious almost like hijacks itself and gets us through any moment.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's why she was like, you know, I would sit and be so terrified of like, oh my God, my mom's gonna die, or like this person's gonna die. And she was like, and she lost her mom and her brother. And she was like, you know, I got through it. She was like, because you can always get through anything in life and everything is temporary. And Buddhism talks about that too. The form of suffering is attachment. Is that wild? So you have to learn to detach from things. As crazy as that sounds. Oof. I know.
Tell that to a hoarder.
No, for real. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So wild. It's a little life lesson.
We'll be right back. Do you have questions you can't even ask your closest friends? Well, we've got you.
Send us a DM, an email, hell, even a pigeon.
Every week, we're going to go live and select 5 questions to respond to.
And don't worry, we'll keep it 100% anonymous. All right, we are in Sagittarius season.
Yes, sir. We'll read your horoscopes real quick.
Sir, what the fuck?
It's ma'am.
It's ma'am. Boom.
So it says, Sagittarius, during the new moon in your sign on December 1st, you're being handed a cosmic microphone. Oh, I love that. Wow. That allows you to project your energy and essence into the world with a renewed sense of confidence. This is your time to reestablish your identity and set intentions that support your growth. Not bad. Oh, and Mars goes into retrograde. Still don't know what that means, but it sounds fun. Back to our normally scheduled programming.
Okay, so what's that fancy word you're trying to teach?
Oh, yes. So what are your thoughts on DEI?
What's that?
Dick enlargement insurance. No,
Everyone
I'm just kidding.
Should get on it.
It's diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Okay.
So I'm actually surprised you don't know what this is, but but it makes sense because Shayan lives on YouTube. I live on the news. I literally just live for the news. Every channel. I don't care if it's Fox, CNN, MSNBC, BBC. BBC?
Big Black Cock.
Is that what it is? BBC? It is BBC, right? That's the thing.
There's a network called
BBC.
BBC.
It's BBC. Yeah.
Oh, that was Big Black
Brazilian
Cock.
broadcast something.
Yeah,
Or something. British broadcasting. BBC. It's called the BBC network. Yeah, it really is.
There's a Big Black Cock network. I'm trying to subscribe to that.
No. I'm like, you have me questioning myself. I've been listening. Yes, it's definitely BBC.
I make a lot of people question themselves.
But but since we have a new president coming into office, they're now obviously so DEI basically is diversity, equity, inclusion. It's entire divisions created at large corporations to basically bring up the gay, queer, trans, POCs, you know what I mean?
Oh,
and ensure that they're treated equally in the company. Right, Jay? Yeah, I think. Yeah. So,
okay.
But with Trump coming into office, a lot of these companies who were kind of on the edge of it and just did it just to kind of like play into it, pander, I guess you'd say, are now removing them. Toyota has completely obliterated their DEI like division, whereas Jaguar has actually doubled down, and now like their cars look like trans cars. It's kind of funny. We'll put a picture of Jaguar's new cars go up, and I look at it and I'm like, oh, this looks like a tranny version of a car. It's kind of funny. But since you don't know what it is, I guess we can't have a really truly meaningful conversation about it. But
I can talk about personal experience on stuff like that. So yes, do I think it's great to like uplift people and, give them job opportunities and stuff? Absolutely. Because I am someone who lost their job once I started transitioning. However, I have also been in that boat where I could tell that I was the company's like quota tranny of the day, of the month. And I hate that because to me, I always say that I want to get something, not because I'm trans, not because I'm a woman of color, but because of my merit, because of my talents, because of my skills and my hotness. And my wit and my charm, and there's just so many amazing things about me. So it's like, but if I just knew that I got this because I was the token trans girl, or if I were to ever receive an award and they're gonna be like, wow, you were the first, three-legged trans, blah blah blah, bitch, I got it because I was that bitch and y'all all sucked. And
it's interesting because even before DEI was a thing, I used to work at Target as an executive manager at Target, but I pretty much did get that job because I was gay. And it's because a lot of people know this. A lot of people think, oh, Target, hates gay people. I'm like, no, let me just tell you right now.
Opposite of it.
Well, no, back in the day, like people, this was actually a thing. It was like Target hate, because they did donate. The thing is, people don't realize that Target donates to everyone. If you come to Target and you ask for $50K and you have an actual like number for a nonprofit, they're going to donate to you. Yeah. Well, they donated to some pretty hardcore Republican, things. This was probably back when Trump had his first run. And so people were like, oh my God, Target hates gays. But let me just tell you that, especially in LA, everyone from the district managers to the general managers, store managers, they're all gay. Wow. So, and it's kind of like they pull each other up. It's like, like we'd go in and it's like the opposite of, I guess you'd say DEI, or maybe like the dark side of DEI, where it's just like, oh, well, we want to hire people, but we just need to make sure that they're gay because like that's all we want. And it kind of is kind of fucked because I'm like, oh, like, I see what's going on here, but at the same time, I made really good money. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to ride this train a little bit, but yeah, it is interesting how, I think it's just because it's coming to light now. It's something that's always kind of been there. Like if you go to school at USC, they pull each other up. People who you work at a bank and they went to USC, they're going to hire someone from USC. You know what I mean? Now they just kind of put a title to it or a label, and it's just like it gives.
When I see other Persian people, they're like, "Oh, I got you."
100%.
Here's some free shit. I'm like, period.
Yes.
Period. And then, or they don't even know I'm Persian, and then they speak Farsi, and they're literally like, "That's a man in Farsi."
I'm like when I go to Costco.
Are you fucking? And I'm like, and then I speak Farsi to them, and they're like, "Oh." boy ایرونی هستی میدونستم دماغت خیلی خوشگله. Yeah, they died.
Subtitle, please.
I basically said like, oh, I had no idea you were Persian. You have such a beautiful face. Your nose is so little.
Oh, cute. Love that. Okay. I love that.
Yeah, well, I want to create a business where the only people I can hire are hot guys that want to fuck me.
Perfect. It's called Hooters for men.
Do you think that
I don't think at all.
Wait, do you think that a straight guy wait. Do you think that a straight guy and a straight girl can be friends? Like let's say you're
No, I don't think so. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I've seen it's tough. It may be an older generation thing because I do know that like our younger friends try it. I guess it would depend. If they're both single, sure. But if one of them's in a relationship, maybe not.
But what if it was like that situation where it's like the girlfriend that's like, I don't want you hanging around your friend. I don't care if she's just your friend. Like, that's weird. Y'all hang out too much.
It depends. Is she trans or no?
No. I mean, whatever.
Like
either way.
So I feel like I do, unfortunately, cis women still look at trans women as like men. Like, I've noticed that. Like, even like the biggest supporters when they get mad or they yell, they're like, "That's," if they think you're cheating if their boyfriend is cheating on them with you, they'll immediately call you man. You know what I mean? They'll clock you. So, but going back to your initial question.
Well, that's true. Because I always say all girls in LA secretly hate each other and all guys are secretly fucking each other. So for sure, honey. You think the girl is your biggest competition? No, it's him. You think I'm the biggest competition? Babe, watch out for Anthony because he's like, hey, come over. I have a man cave. I have a Hummer. And we'll just give each other bro jobs.
It's not a blow job. It's a bro job.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, you can hang out with your friend Anthony, and then they're like, wait a minute, what?
Oh my gosh! I hope none of these women are watching this.
Keep him at home.
Oh god.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, I mean, but even me, like, I'm not gonna lie, I this is where my ego comes into play. When I am friends with a straight guy, and like he doesn't try to have sex with me, I'm like, why don't you want to have sex with me?
That's funny.
Like, am I ugly? Like, do you not like it? Or like they'll talk about another girl and then they're like, okay, well, what about me?
So wait, have you seen that newest Wicked movie?
No, I don't like musicals.
Have you seen the music at all? The funny thing is, I've seen the musical 5 times and I've seen it everywhere.
Yeah, I've seen the musical once.
Okay. I loved it. I really did.
Yeah.
But now they're saying that Ariana Grande is a real life witch and she lost like 40 pounds.
Whoa.
Highly controversial. I don't even know who played Glenda. What was her name? The black lady.
Cynthia Park.
I don't know.
Kristen Chenoweth.
No.
No,
that's
baby
the
girl.
original.
That's the original. We're talking about in the movie.
In the movie, I think it was Cynthia. I'm bad.
I don't know,
at names.
but I've been watching all the crazy controversies and like the fact that the Ariana Grande broke up with her man to be with like one of the actors / producers / whatever. Is that what it was? Yeah. And then like they both lost like 50 pounds or something, calling it a cult and saying that, I don't know. I'm living for it. Like I think you guys should all get a deep dive into this whole Wicked drama on both sides. I love it.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God, I love it.
I don't know. It's fun.
Anyway. I love the little drama.
Love it.
I know. I always want to talk to you about like influencer drama because I have so much influencer drama, but he doesn't know who it is. Like, y'all would know who it is. I got tea on some influencers if y'all really want to know.
Shayan just had a little side blog on that shit because I don't know shit about shit.
Yeah, I got some good stuff.
But well, now it's time for your favorite part.
Wait, no, we're not done.
Yet. Okay.
No.
Okay.
It's in the we're musicals. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Musicals just. It's one of those things where everyone else loved them. And I was like, okay, I feel like I need to like this in order to fit in. I was a theater kid, but I was like the serious theater side. And like comedy was like my jam, like whatever. I loved plays. I love, whatever.
Yeah.
But everyone was like, oh my God, musicals. And so then eventually you're like, okay, I have to. But to be honest, I can't sing a musical. It doesn't sound like singing. It sounds like screaming. And then it's like, imagine putting like 15 people who just always want to be the star of everything on one stage. And then they're all just screaming over each other to like, let's get the most attention and the most applause. Like, bitch. Like,
damn.
I need to pop a fucking pill.
Well, shit, then what would you say is your gayest quality about you?
Nothing. I'm like a straight boy. I'm literally a straight boy.
No, you gotta have some. I think maybe your involvement in the drama of celebrities is pretty gay.
Oh, like I love pop culture moments. Is that pretty
like
gay?
my gayest thing was the fact that I actually like musicals. Like
Really?
I've seen so many of them. I've seen Pippin. I've seen The Waitress. I've seen all of them. My favorite was like Hedwig and the Angry Inch. I saw it with Neil Patrick Harris, like third row. It was great. That's probably one of my gayest qualities, other than sucking dick. But
it's pretty gay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I guess pop culture. I do love a little bit of drama, but I'm even my girlfriends are always like, "You are such a boy deep down. Like you really are," and I really am, and I'm proud to say it. Like I like tech decks. I like monster trucks. I like, I like the Nelk boys. Like
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and that's just my shit. Danny Duncan, hot.
We'll try to get him on here.
Ugh, I would love to. Sexy.
That's funny. So now can I say it?
Wait, I'm having so much fun. I always hate leaving. Wait, what else? I feel like
hungry.
this was such an eventful week. I feel like there's something else that happened this week. No.
Do, 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 do. Okay.
I know you haven't seen this movie, but you've seen the trailer. You know what it's about.
Okay.
Okay, Anthony. If you were offered the substance, would you take it?
What does the substance do?
It basically creates a younger, hotter version.
Oh, we
of
watched
you.
the preview on this.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you? Like, what is the downside of that?
I think you have to like switch back every week though.
Mm-hmm.
Like it like wears off and then you have to switch back and forth and you can't break the cycle of the substance. You're basically stuck on it forever.
And you watched the movie?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh.
I'm too scared to. Only because I just know myself and I know if someone came out with anything, I'd probably be like, yep, shoot it in me. Mm-hmm. And I would gag. Yeah. You know, I'm waiting to find out in like 10 years that they're going to say like, oh, if you have taken Ozempic, you're going to die right now.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, that's wild.
Well, this episode was amazing, like always. I'm starving, so we're gonna end with Shayan's favorite part of the episode.
Participate in the purge.
No, you can't kill people, Shayan. We're gonna play a game.
Damn! Yay!
All right, so today's game show, Shayan and I are gonna tell Jay our best pickup lines, and Jay is gonna judge us. All right, Shayan, you ready?
Yay!
Jay, you ready?
Woo!
All right, let's go for it.
Okay. Does this smell like chloroform?
What the fuck?
Passed out. It worked. But I'm in the car.
Ooh, wow. Is that a mirror in your pocket? Because I can see myself in your pants.
Hey!
Which one? Let's hear it, Jay. Jay doesn't know what chloroform is, though, so I don't know if that works.
Oh, shit. Wait.
I have an idea of what you do.
Hey,
with
Siri.
It.
How do you say chloroform in Espanol? Is it doing it?
She only recognizes my voice.
Oh, shit. Well, I'm so...
So, Jay, what is it?
Well, I'll definitely go with the chloroform one because that's fucked up.
There we go. It's just because you had to read the definition.
No.
All right, so I'll go first this time.
All right.
Do you believe in love at first sight, or do I have to walk by again?
Oh, now you're making me risk.
What?
Hey, baby, I have a honey pack.
What?
Is there
You know
more
what a
to
honey
this?
pack is?
No.
It's like the younger generation. Instead of using Viagra Cialis, they do a honey pack.
Bitch, I won that one.
Yeah. I was like, honey pack for what?
You guys, gets your dick
So you're telling them
hard.
basically what you're saying is your dick sucks. You're not gonna get hard. Let me get you a honey pack. That's
Damn.
No, I'm saying,
That's
you ever
wild.
have a honey pack night with Trade? Oh, yes.
No.
No more Netflix and chill. It's honey pack and chill.
Oh,
Might as well tell them,
shit.
you know what? I feel like you need Viagra. Here's a honey pack.
Viagra. What brand of is that?
It's the off-brand.
It's the one with the
The Costco. The
Costco.
Kirkland of it.
Kirkland edition. Viagra. All right. So now we're 1-1. Let's see it, Shayan. This is a take all the beans.
We're not playing Bean Boozled again.
We're not playing Bean Boozled
Oh,
again.
thank fucking
That is
God.
horrible.
Oh, I love that
Got it.
one. Y'all gotta do that again.
Hey, baby. I hear you have 2 felonies. Let's make it 3.
Why? Because you're underage?
What the fuck? No!
Why would it be a third?
Let's
It's illegal to fuck you?
What? No, let's go do illegal activities together.
Oh,
Girl, I can't.
What?
these are horrible.
That's wild.
Let's have that kind of love where we get. The last.
I mean, if we
love-
were in Russia, it would be illegal.
No, the last love I had, we got 2. Well, he got 2 felonies together.
Damn, that was
That's how
wild.
wild we got.
Baby, you have 2
I wonder-
felonies. Want to make it 3? That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I wonder if it's only a
Let's
crackhead
see-
would understand what she's talking
Literally.
about. Right
Let's see what Vitaly says about that.
Wait, no, no, that's a different term. Wait, no. Felonies.
Girl,
no,
we'll put you
a
on
felony?
how to catch a predator or
What
some
the fuck? No. We're not painting this in. Felonies. Deafening.
Damn.
Murder, vehicular manslaughter, assault with a deadly weapon, burglary, carjacking.
Girl.
Come on, that's fun. Arson.
Well, mine is going to be, damn. Can I buy you a drink? Because I want to see how you swallow.
Whoa.
If someone said that to me, I don't know what I would say. I would just be like, what the fuck? So direct.
So you want felonies or you want to learn how to swallow, bitch?
I swallow because I suck at swallowing.
Wow. Okay, winner takes all.
Well, that was winner, but we'll do another one.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do another one
Let's
because
see.
y'all need to redeem yourselves for this.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm going to win this one.
Okay.
Hey, baby, you need your rent paid? Because I got you.
That was actually going to be mine, too.
Oh, my God.
That was literally, I was like, oh, well.
Perfect. Sharon, let's go.
It's a tie. It's a tie. You won.
Literally. No, that was true. I was like,
No, you pay my rent. Perfect. Let's go.
literally, nope.
No, that's the J one.
Sorry, Anthony.
Right.
Fund your local J.
Uh-huh. Oh, well, thanks for joining us. This was cute.
Yay.
See you guys next
Episode.
week.
And this comes out on
Friday the 13th.
Oh, it does. Yeah. Cue lightning.
Yes. I
guys.
love it.
Bye.
Bye,
Have a good one.
guys. That's all, folks. If you want to watch more fucked up shit,
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
woo!